I would now to invite a child to share with us the experience of who is their good father. This one is called Tumusime Don. Tumusime Don, could you please come and share with us?
I salute you, General Katumba Wamala. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tumusime Don. I am a prep scout of Homisdale Nursery and Primary School, Gayaza. I'm here to make a remark on fathers, in particular my father. I love him so much and I think he's a very great father because of the following reasons. He takes my siblings, mother and I to church for prayers. He prays with us every night when he comes back home. He pays for us school fees, and we have never been sent back home because of having less school fees. I love him so much for that. He comes back home. When he comes to school to visit us, he always asks us for our problems so that he can find a way of solving them. He does that all the time, and it makes me feel proud of having him as a father. And at home, when I'm in the wrong, he helps me make it right. He's not quick to punish, he just gives me a small warning and counsels me on how I should do it next time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Don, for sharing with us what a good father is, your real father. Right now, I'd like to invite Minister of Health, Dr. Peter Mudiope, to come and share with us the National Male Involvement Strategy.
Our dear guest of honor, Honorable Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, we are glad to have you here. Distinguished guests, colleagues from public service and the private sector this day, the scouts, our hosts, I bring you greetings from the Minister of Health, the top management, and the chair of the Male Involvement, Dr. Kavanda, and the ministry's family at large. Many of us would have been here, but I have just a few colleagues from CPHL who are giving us the service. But there are many other issues going on. You know, the Ebola outbreak is consuming a lot of our efforts at the ministry. So most people have either gone to respond to Ebola or they are resting to start again on Monday. This they are using as their chance to rest. So in the same vein, allow me to congratulate the organizers of this meeting or commemoration of the International Men's Day. Dr. Lydia Mama's Club. This is my first day of attending this meeting, and Lydia has really got me from very far. But here I am. As mentioned, I am Peter Mudiope. I coordinate HIV prevention and a lot of work has to do with engaging men. That's why I think it ended up on me to come and be here. I'm glad that the right people were asked to come to this meeting. First of all, the guest of honor, whom I know very well, but he doesn't know, but I know him, and I'm proud that he's the one speaking to us today. And Dr. Maggie Chigozi has been with us in many forums, was the former CCM chair for Global Fund, and we're interacting at the AIDS Commission. Dr. Cameron Biamgisha, that one is, maybe we are even about to stop thanking him because it's becoming routine. You know, when something is routine every time, you take it for granted, but we don't take it for granted. I think your passionate message, you need to emphasize it, even without changing. We are just scratching. We have not yet reached the core. We need to move the entire country. And my senior brother, Dr. Mondo, I think this is a multi-sectoral challenge of engaging men, but it lies in the Mother Minister of Gender, but has a lot to do with the Minister of Health. So I think that's why we are here, and many other colleagues I know who are here. Lastly, the children. When the invitation came, I must also concede that we did not expect to meet the children, but I think it is very strategic that you're here. One thing is that if you're starting or if you are advocating for something, and most of the commemorations have started like this. We have quite a number of them. We have International Women's Day, we have Mother's Day, we have Father's Day, but this is specifically the Men's Day. When you go back, children, ask your mother or your father that what would happen if there was no International Women's Day commemoration? Right? The answer they give you, use that same answer and say, but why don't you honor International Men's Day? Don't you think they are facing the same challenge that they would face if International Women's Day was not there? I know the answer will be there will be many challenges to women. So, mere fact that the International Men's Day is not commemorated well, we are missing a lot to address men's challenge as a country. But I'm happy that it is you we are addressing as children.
Our chief guest, General Katumba Wamala, all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kantono Bernadette Princess from Homisdalen Primary School, Kamocha. I stand here before you today on behalf of all the children out there to celebrate our beloved fathers because this is Men's Day. I personally love my father, Council Barnabas Diat Kamya, for he is always there for me whenever I need him. When you look at Mr. Chimuga Godfred, he is a man and he is always there for us when we need him. So all men have done very great roles in our families and communities. For God and my country, thank you.
Thank you so much. The daughter of a council, the daughter who feels the father is always there for her. And I think that's what everyone would wish. I really heard Professor Magichigo saying the father was there. Now I'm seeing Katono Princess saying so. So, Katono, watch out for Professor Chigozi, who will be your mentor. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite UN country representative to come and share with us. We are very excited.
Thank you. It has been a really wonderful morning being here with you. The Minister of Transport, General Katumba Wamala, our chief guest, government representative, and the Ministry of Health, led by Dr. Modiope, and I see Dr. Daniel from USC has also joined us. Representatives from civil society, people living with HIV, and I recognize the presence of Professor Mugisha and Lydia Mugerera. Men and boys of this function, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am very honored and delighted to participate in this year's Men's Day celebrations. I have been informed that Mama's Club, which is one of our collaborators in the HIV program, organizes this event annually on behalf of government. This is a good partnership. I think we should be proud that civil society is put to lead the event. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that in African countries, men play a vital role in improving the status of families. It is only men with positive perspectives, as we had this morning from the police officer of when I think his name was. It's only the positive men that can lead families to be empowered and resilient, and therefore leading to communities that are empowered and resilient. By now we all know that this year's World AIDS Day theme is putting emphasis on equalizing. We need to appreciate that the call to all of us is to equalize services and reach everyone with HIV prevention and treatment services. We know the dangers of not reaching everyone with services. We've been there and we know that it doesn't work for countries and for communities. Therefore, the theme for today's International Men's Day is calling upon men to build strong, proud families. We call upon you men here, and boys, to join us to equalize socially, economically, and politically, and support women to lead as well, so that we all, men and boys, are joining together to ensure that our communities are strong. I promise to come and see what you're doing and to see how we can work together. Professor Mugisha, I heard your call that UNAIDS hasn't recognized you yet, and we will be correcting that. Thank you very much.
Today is the day. I would invite Uganda Men Engage to come and share with us a message.
Today, we want to thank you and good afternoon, all of you. I'm called Moses Intenga, and I'm the director, Joy for Children. Called Moses Intenga, and I'm the founder and director, Joy for Children. But this afternoon, I'm speaking on behalf of Men Engage Uganda as a secretariat of a great network that works with men and boys to advance gender equality. Men Engage has been in Uganda since 2011, and it's a network of more than 66 organizations that work together to advance gender equality by engaging men and boys. And this day is very important to us because the area of our focus, and why we look at this day as being very important is because over the course of years, I think the role of men has not been much more amplified in these spaces. So in this I also encourage my people, or the people I talk with, that when you're a man and you want to say, I want to be the only one who can speak, I want to be the only man in my family to bring probably income, I should be the only one to put food on the table. And you don't tell us what happens probably when you're no longer existing. You don't tell us what's going to happen if you die today. What's going to be what's going to happen to your family? I think this convinces us now to ensure that as men we need to look ourselves as equal partners and players, end gender-based violence, respect women and boys, and also provide opportunities. Let us use the power that we have positively to ensure that we create a world that both men and boys can thrive. I thank you.
Shanice Nachiemba to come. She has been on me. She prepared long time ago that she wants to share what her father does for her. So here comes Shanice.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am by the names of Nachiemba Shanice. I study from Little Mheji Primary School. I am in primary 4 yellow. I want to thank my dad for being a good example of a good father. The ways my dad has been a good example of a good father to me, he has provided for me school fees in time. He has provided for me food. He has provided for me medical care and security. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for standing for the family and sweating for the Muledu family. May you have an eternal life. May peace be upon you and happy Men's Day.
For that, now Minister of Gender, time is yours now. After Happy Men's Day and all the food and all the school fees, time is now for the Minister of Gender to come and address us. We are very humbled, sir.
Our chief guest, the Chief Commissioner and Minister for Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, my good friend, Professor Maggie Chigozi, the Country Director, UNAIDS, Jackie Makoha, my good friend, Professor Canon Gideon Gamgisha, Dr. Lydia Mongerera, Director, Men's Engagement Movement, senior government officials, my own brother Mudiope, and the entire team from Ministry of Health, the non-state actors, and most importantly, the children, the girls and boys. How are you? Do you feel great?
Yes.
Are you getting hungry?
No.
No?
Yes.
Okay. I know you're about to get hungry and I'll be very brief. The media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, not forgetting the drama groups that have been performing here, entertaining us and making us happy. Our chief guest, I traveled with my daughter, Chiravo Price Jemima, who is under NEET now. Professor Yamgisha was teaching me what NEET means. She's not in education, she's not in training, and she's not looking for employment, having finished P7 a few days ago. So she's unemployed, but not looking for a job. So she said, "Lady, where are you going over the weekend?" I said, "There's an engagement for men." Then she said, "But when did you start celebrating International Men's Day?" Because she has heard me talk about International Day of the Girl Child, talk about International Women's Day, talk about International Labor Day, talk about so many things, because the Ministry of Gender, we celebrate so many things. One of the things that we have not been celebrating, which I'm convinced now that we must join Dr. Lydia Mongerera and team to celebrate. And I'm happy that General Katumba Wamala is here. So when we present a cabinet paper, Thank you very much. So we have the support. Things we are talking about. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, in 2020, we did another Children's Policy 2020, and we have also reviewed the strategy to end teenage pregnancy and early marriages, which was launched this month on the Day of the African Child, June 16th, 2022. We need to see men who are proud to share the name Father with the Almighty God, not as an entitlement, but as a duty, that you execute a duty and you qualify to be called a father. May the Almighty God guide all the fathers of this country to be better fathers and do a good job. And may I wish all the men, including the chief guest, and all the men who are here, the boys who are here, a happy International Men's Day celebrations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's clap for that. There is a song which is bringing in the general, and I think will be accompanied by the UNAIDS and everybody here, and who is in the front. We have to move with that song because we are bringing in our chief guest on his birthday. General, our chief guest, cuts his cake with the children here. So the knife is here?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear General. Happy birthday to you. May you live to blow more and more candles. Thank you. So
It is my honor to welcome none other than the birthday boy, the Honorable Minister for the most difficult what are you? Ministry of Works and Transport. You can imagine how difficult that's all over the country, and doing so well. I think we are really proud the roads we go through. He is, of course, a general, and we heard the kind of things he has done in that portfolio. But also for us as Scouts, he has really kept us here. The Chief Scout, as the Chief Commissioner, that is the actual person who manages. For us, we are, the President is a patron, just up there. Me, I was Chief Scout, again, just up there. The man who does all the work. Plus his team. You are not alone, General. I see the deputies there, and I see the next child was speaking here a minute ago. The neck is in Nairobi. Yes, so it is my honor to ask you to address the gathering on this topic, which for you are such a role model. So if any man can advise men, it is you. We as the women welcome you 100%.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Makigozi. The Commissioner Gender, the Minister of Gender, Mr. Mondo, the UN representative, Madam Makoka, yes, it's the same. And then from Minister of Health, Doctor, Professor Maggie, our trustee, Professor Canon Gideon, my friend, whom we have been together for some time, Dr. Lydia, my sister, and everybody who's here this afternoon. I'll not take a lot of time because I think Monda has done a very good job for me. Thank you very, very much. And I think he has hit the nail on the head. I think men, we need to reposition ourselves. What has happened? That's the question. What has happened to the men folk that we have lost it to this level? That we are doing the things we are doing, and that we are known for bad things instead of the good things. That's a big question for all of us men. A lot has happened. I only have some statistics here. Men, it's expected that most men will be fathers anyway. I think that's the assumption, that a man will eventually become a father. The question is, are these men fathers in the real sense of the word? Here, these statistics are not good, and they're not good. The Life Ministry the Life Ministry carried out a survey, and this is what came out. That only 5% of fathers were actively involved in the lives of their children. 5%. Out of 100 fathers who were checked, only 5% were actively involved in the lives of their children. The children who are here, and your father is involved in your life, your father talks to you, your father checks on you at school, your father helps you with the homework, your father does check on your uniform to see whether you're going to school smart. Thank your father. Because the statistics are not very good. 5%. 10% of those who fathered children were unaware. They were unaware that they have fathered children. 10% men, they were not aware that they have fathered children. 30% of the household surveyed, 30% were under the care of women. Now, these statistics are not very good for us, men who are here. Besides, no, these statistics are not good for us at all. What has happened? We need to find our position, to refine our position. From the time of creation, God gave us a responsibility. Because He first created man. And then He brought all things in the garden and put all things under the man's care and said, you have authority over this. But because He knew that He could possibly not do it alone, that's when He got him a companion, but had given all authority to men. But now what has happened to us men? We have lost it. I don't know whether it's the environment we live in. I don't know whether it's because of the developments now. I don't know whether it is overemphasizing of the gender, the girl child, that we are now going under. That also somehow raises concern for me and for some of us. In the Ministry of Gender, I think we have gone so much about women empowerment and girl empowerment, and we have relegated, we have not paid equal attention to the boy child. Now, what is the challenge which is coming? We now have these very confident girls, very confident girls, who are even intimidating the boys. So the boys are not marrying them anymore because the boys are intimidated. The boys are timid because the girls are so confident. That's why you find, I think, on Mr. Mondo talked about it, the corporate girls, they no longer want to be married because they don't want to marry this mama boy, mwana wa mama. They want to have a husband, but the husband is not proving to be a man. Now, I think we need to do something. Actually, in my Rotary Club, our president, who's coming in next year, has said his effort is going to be about the boy child. So the boy child also comes up, because these boy children must become responsible fathers. From the biblical point of view, parents, we have the responsibility to care for all our families, spiritually, emotionally, and in the physical well-being. We can look at what the Bible says. Nurture them in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. Ephesians 6:4. How many of us do that? When we were growing up, we used to have on the village, if there's an old man, you meet him pushing a bicycle, you had to push that bicycle yourself. If you don't, it's a punishment. But these days, you find the child, even in the buses, you remember? When you'd be traveling on a bus and an older person comes in, as a junior, you stand up and the older person sits. These are the kind of ethos and kind of virtues which we teach these young scouts. So please give us the children so that we can grow a better society in the future. Thank you very much. And thank you for the day. Thank you for inviting me. We look forward for a better day next year to the Ministry of Gender. I would like to take this opportunity to also, through Banangi, we thank Madame Maggie and Pep Scholar. I'm not Kanusikalango, but look at Pep Scholar everywhere. The chairs are Pep Scholar, the waters Pep Scholar, the scouts had a sort of cutters of Pep Scholar. So let's give her a big clap and thank Pep Scholar for what they've done. Thank you very much to the organizers, my sister. Thank you. Gonyama, Ivubu, Yahu, Yahu, Ivubu, Gonyama, Gonyama, Ivubu,
Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo.
Afrika Mashariki tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani.